Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well today. As I'm sure you already know, this weekend we are going to be celebrating Easter. So the book that I picked to read to you today is called My Story of Jesus, and it talks a little bit about the life of Jesus, and then at the very end it will explain the story of Easter and why we celebrate it. Long ago, God said that he would send his son to be the Savior and King of his people. God's son Jesus was born in Bethlehem. His mother Mary wrapped him in cloths and laid him in a manger. Shepherds hurried from the fields to worship the new baby king. As Jesus grew up, he obeyed his parents and pleased God. When he was 12, Jesus went with his family to God's temple in Jerusalem. He talked with the priests and teachers about God's teachings and God's love. They were amazed at how much Jesus understood. A man named John was preaching about Jesus. "Good news," he said. "God has sent Jesus to save us. We need to get ready for him." People came to John to be baptized. Jesus came to be baptized too. When Jesus came up from the water, God's Spirit came from heaven like a dove. Then a voice from heaven said, "You are my son. I love you. I'm pleased with you." Then Jesus began to do the work God had planned for him. Jesus showed God's care and concern for people. He made sick people well, and he made blind people see again. He even made people that couldn't walk, he could make them walk again. He did amazing things. Jesus showed God's power. One day when Jesus and some of his followers were in a boat, a terrible storm came. The followers were afraid, but Jesus told the wind and waves, "Quiet, be still." And guess what? The storm stopped. Jesus made the storm stop completely. Jesus was a teacher. He taught people about God's love. He told them to love God and to love each other. Jesus became known as a wonderful teacher. Mothers and fathers brought their children to Jesus so he could bless them and pray for them. Jesus told stories to help people understand his teaching. One story was about a shepherd with 100 sheep. When the shepherd realized one sheep was missing, he left the 99 and went to look for the one that was lost. When the shepherd found the lost sheep, he had a happy celebration. Like the shepherd, God cares for every one of his children. There is a happy celebration in heaven when one who was lost comes to God. And then here's where we start talking about Easter. Jesus went to Jerusalem for a special celebration called Passover. He entered the city on a donkey, and crowds cheered for him. They called him their king and placed palm branches at his feet. In Jerusalem, Jesus ate the Passover meal with his followers. He told them he would leave them soon. Then Jesus showed his followers a special way to always remember him. He gave thanks to God, broke bread, and passed it to his followers. He passed his cup to them too. "Remember me whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup," said Jesus. Jesus was ready to finish the work that God had planned for him. That meant he must die. This was part of God's plan for saving people from sin. Jesus died on a cross. His followers were very sad. They buried Jesus' body in a tomb, and they closed it with the heavy stone. So there's the tomb, and then they rolled the stone to cover the hole. But when some women went back to Jesus' tomb, they were surprised to find that the stone was rolled away and the tomb was empty. Suddenly an angel appeared. "Jesus is not here," the angel told the women. "He is alive again." Many people saw Jesus after he had risen. Jesus told his followers, "Go everywhere and tell everyone the good news about me." Jesus returned to heaven to make a new home for his followers, but he promised to come back again one day. What a happy day that will be. So that was my story for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter, and I miss you guys so much, and I want you to know that I'm thinking about you every day, And keep sending pictures because I love seeing your pictures. And I hope you have a happy Easter.